Hello students. Now in general organic chemistry in this part, now we have considered the next topics as a homologous series of organic compound, and then consider very important part of the organic chemistry, that is a common names and IUPAC nomenclature of organic compounds. Now let us first consider homologous series of the organic compounds. So in homologous series of organic compounds, so first, what is homologous series of the organic compound? So homologous series, a series of organic compound, a series of organic compound in which each members of these series have homologous series is such a series of the organic compound in which each member of this series have same functional group, same carbon skeleton, have same chemical properties, same chemical properties, and each member of this series differ from each other by constant difference of CH2 group, by constant difference of CH2 group. Look at what is this? A series of organic compound in which each member of this series have same functional group, same carbon skeleton. Again, it have the same general formula also, same general formula. Also, as they have the same general formula, same functional group, they have the same chemical properties, and each member of this series are differ from each other by constant difference of CH2 group, and they have gradation in their physical properties. Their physical properties can shows a variations. We can say in simple word, they does not have the same physical property, but their physical property can be varied. Okay, so look at, suppose I consider example as a CH3OH, methyl alcohol, CH3CH2OH. It is a methyl alcohol. C2H5OH is the ethyl alcohol. You can write a name of this compound, methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol. Then propyl alcohol, 3 carbon, so it is a propyl alcohol. Now 4 carbon, butyl alcohol. So like this way, if you write the homologous series of the alcohols, so this is a homologous series of the alcohol. In this homologous series of the alcohol, they have same functional group as OH. Next is that they are represented by the general formula CnH2n plus 1. Look at what is the alcohols? They are ROH. R is having general formula CnH2n plus 1, and with OH, so this is general formula of the alcohol. So they have the same general formula, they have the same functional group, they have carbon skeleton will be same as, and each member can be differ from each other by the difference of CH2 group. This member is different by the difference of CH2 group. So these are the successive members of this series are differ from each other by the difference of the CH2 group, that is by the weight as 14 units. So its difference in the weight is by 14 units. Carbon is 12 and hydrogen is a 2. But their physical properties such as melting point, boiling point, solubility, density, it can be goes on changing. So, if for example, if the melting point is goes on increasing, the boiling point is goes on increasing, the density is goes on increasing, but solubility is goes on decreasing. So, like this way, they show some gradation in their physical properties. The physical property may be increases or decreases. It show a variation in the physical properties. So, like this way, you can consider the homologous series of the compound. You can also consider the homologous series of the alkyl halides. In homologous series of the alkyl halide, you can consider the examples such as methyl chloride, ethyl chloride, propyl chloride, butyl chloride. So, methyl chloride, ethyl chloride, propyl chloride, butyl chloride. So, all they have the same functional group as a chlorine. They have the same carbon skeleton, therefore they have same chemical properties, and they are represented by the Rx. R is having general formula CN H2N plus 1 and X. So all have the same general formula and their physical property can shows a variation. So like this way, you can consider the homologous series of the alkyl halide also. Okay. Now next is the very important part is the nomenclature of organic compounds. So in the nomenclature of the organic compounds, first we consider a common name. That common name is also called as trivial name. It is also called as a trivial name. So actually when you consider the common names, so when in a starting as the organic compounds, a systematic nomenclature for organic compound is not known. At that time, as organic compounds are discovered, their names are given by considering their history, by considering from the source from which they are obtained. So, and sometimes they have to be given a name according to their requirement how they are used. Okay, so by considering their history, by considering the source, the name of the organic compound are given, and these names are nowadays considered as a common name. These names are considered as a common name. For example, if you consider the N-butane, this is most extensively used organic compound, N-butane. It is common name. Then isobutane. This is a isobutane. There are the 4 carbon, out of which there is one methyl group on the second, so its name is given as isobutane. CCl4, carbon tetrachloride. So remember, carbon tetrachloride is an organic compound because methane is an organic compound, and by replacing the all 4 hydrogen by the 4 chlorine, you get a CCl4. So CCl4 is an organic compound, remember. Then if you consider acetylene, the first member of the alkyne family, acetylene. So this name is a most commonly used, or that there your diethyl ether. Then aniline, C6H5NH2, aniline. Then formaldehyde. Then acetic acid. Then glycine, glycerol. This is like glycerol. Remember what I said? So N-butane, isobutane, carbon tetrachloride, acetylene, diethyl ether, aniline, formaldehyde, acetic acid, glycine, glycerol. These are the most commonly used organic compound, and therefore their names are considered as a common names. So when these names are given, these common names are given by considering the history, by considering their sources from which obtained. For example, acetic acid is obtained from vinegar, formaldehyde is obtained from formica. So from the history where from which they are obtained. So CCl4 is most extensively used as solvent in industry. So like this way, from the various sources, the names are given and these names are called as a common names or trivial names. But in considering all these compounds, there is various complications, and therefore the new system which will be given a systematic nomenclature of the organic compound and which can be accepted all over the world, and that system we consider as a IUPAC system or Geneva system, because at the city Geneva this system is developed, so it is called as a Geneva system. So next is the IUPAC system. So what is the IUPAC system? In IUPAC system, I indicate international, U indicate union, P for pure. So it is a international union of pure and applied chemistry. So as the organic compounds will be discovered, and during the discovering of the organic compound, the various considering the source and their natures, and by their common use, the various common names are given. But in writing the names, a number of complications are created. So in order to avoid this, the all international chemists come together and they will decided one nomenclature system, and that system is called as a IUPAC system. So in writing, so this will be accepted all over the world, and here there is no problem of the confusion and complications. So while writing the IUPAC system, we have, so IUPAC system consider the three important parts. The first is the root word. The second part is the suffix, and the third part we consider as a prefix. So while writing the name, we have to consider three important part in the IUPAC system of the nomenclature of any organic compound. The first is the root word, second is the suffix, and third is the prefix. So suffix can be also divided into two types: primary suffix and the secondary suffix. So when you consider the root word will be given according to the carbon chain length, from the carbon chain length. So when you consider root word, the root word is given from the carbon chain length. So we know that if the one number carbon is there, we can call it as methane. We can call it as a methane. So methane, if you remove ANE, it is meth. So one carbon will be root word as meth. Similarly, 2 carbon, it is ethane. So I can remove ANE, so eth. So 3 is a propane, so prop. 4 is a butane, so but. 5 is a pentane, so pent. 6 is a hex. 7 is a hept. 8 is the oct. 9 is a non. 10 is a dec. 11 is a undec. 12 is a dodec. So like this way, the number of the carbon it possesses will be given as a name. Okay, so like this way, so when you consider the root word is decided depending upon the number of the carbon it has a. So on the carbon chain length, the root word is to be given. Then go for the suffix. So when you consider the suffix for the organic compounds, the suffix is of the two types. First is the primary suffix. So primary suffix will indicate the nature of the linkage. It indicates the nature of the linkage. Whether the organic compound contain carbon-carbon single bond, it has a carbon-carbon double bond, or it has a carbon-carbon triple bond. When it has a carbon-carbon single bond, we use a prefix, suffix, ANE, ENE, and YNE. While writing the name of the organic compounds, in all alkene compound we use end word as a ANE, methane, ethane, propane. In double bond, ethene, propene, butene, and in triple bond, ethyne, propyne, butyne. So in single bond we use a suffix as ane, ene, yne. If these double bonds are double, we use a di-ene. If they are triple, tri-ene. If they are four, they are tetra-ene. So depending upon the number of the double bonds are there, double bonds are the 2, 3 or 4. Triple bond are 2, 3 or 4. So they are considered as a diene, triene and tetraene. So like this way, when consider the suffix of the two type, primary suffix and secondary suffix. Primary suffix will give the indication of the nature of the linkage, and its name is considered by considering that it has a single bond, double bond or triple bond. When you consider the secondary suffix indicate the functional group present. Secondary suffix indicate the functional group present. Which type of the functional group it presents? Secondary suffix will indicate the functional group it will be possesses. For example, you have the organic compound here like this way. In this organic compound, the root word we use is a for the 4 carbon, that is a butane. So root word we use as butane, out of which there are the 4 carbon. So but is a root word. Okay, this root word. Then suffix. When you consider suffix, the primary suffix indicate that it has a carbon single bond. So it is a ane. It has a primary suffix as a ane. What the secondary suffix indicate that? Secondary suffix indicate it has a functional group, and this functional group is the alcohol, and for the functional group alcohol we use a word as a OL. We use as a suffix as a OL. Okay, so therefore but plus ane plus OL. So while writing the name of the compounds, we have to change the last word as a ene, e of the ane by OL. So its name is given as a butane, but plus an plus ol. So butanol. So it is a butanol. It is a butanol. So like this way, when you consider the suffix, the primary suffix indicate the number of the carbon atom. The secondary suffix indicate the functional group, and by adding this root word, primary suffix and secondary suffix, we can given the name of the organic compounds. So for the various functional group, the various secondary suffix are used. For example, if you consider the alcohol, in the case of the alcohol, we use a OL as a suffix. If you consider amine, in the amine we use E will be changed by ane, amine. Okay. In the case of the aldehyde, we use Al. In the case of the ketone, we use ONE. In case of the acids, carboxylic acid, we can use OIC acid. So these are the various types of the secondary suffix we are used depending upon the functional group is there. If the functional group changes, their suffix can be changes. So this we consider later on in the next lecture. So first you understand what is mean by the secondary suffix. So secondary suffix will be considered by considering the functional group it has at present. The next is the prefix. So when the prefix will become, so it is observed that in the organic compound, some of the functional groups are not considered as a functional group, but they are considered as a prefix, such as the X, chlorine, bromine, iodine, fluorine. They are always considered as a prefix. Then nitro group is considered as that. Then the alkyl, CH3, methyl, ethyl. So the alkyl groups can be also considered as a prefix. They are always considered as a prefix. So halo compound, nitro, alkyls, they are always considered as a prefix. So while writing the nomenclature, IUPAC nomenclature, prefix is first to be given. First prefix is to be given. Then the root word is to be given. Then your primary suffix is to be given. Then your secondary suffix is to be given. then your secondary suffix is to be given. So identify the prefix, identify the root word, identify the primary suffix, identify the secondary suffix, and by adding all these, the IUPAC name of any organic compounds is to be given. Remember, I again repeat. So when you consider the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemist nomenclature of the any organic compound, this International Union IUPAC system contains three important parts: root word, suffix, and the prefix. Root word will be given by locating or by identifying the number of the carbons. Suffix is a two type, primary suffix and the secondary suffix. Primary suffix will be indicate it has a single bond or double bond or triple bond. Secondary suffix will be indicate which functional group it has, and the prefix are given to the selected organic compound which are not considered as actually functional group in the organic compound, but they are considered as a prefix. For example, halide compound, for example, nitro compound, for example, alkyl compound. So these are considered as a prefix. So the total name, IUPAC name of the organic compound is obtained by considering the prefix, then the root word, then the primary suffix, and then the secondary suffix. If you add them, then you get a total name, that is the correct name of the organic compound. And in the next lecture, we consider what are the rules for deciding the IUPAC nomenclature of the system. Now look at in the today we consider the two important topics. First is the homologous series of the organic compound, and then the common name of the organic compound, and then consider the IUPAC nomenclature of the organic compounds. Okay. Now in next session we discuss what are the rules for writing the IUPAC nomenclature of the organic